Here we go. Yeah.
Good afternoon. Thank you all for being here at our last open rehearsal for SummerFest 2022. We couldn't end on a better note here. We have the Miró Quartet with Caroline Shaw to entertain you and delight you and get your mind buzzing with the Mendelssohn String Quintet in B-flat major, Opus 87. As a reminder, this is a working rehearsal, so we please ask for no conversation. If you need to leave, feel free during. And please, no photos or videos during this rehearsal. We are live streaming, so if you'd like to come back and review it or share it with friends if there was a special moment that you really enjoyed, please log into our website, theconrad.org, and you can see it there. Anything all of you would like to say? I'm happy to introduce you, or you can introduce yourselves.
You wanted to say who we are?
Yeah, let's say hello. Hello, everybody.
You're not on yet.
I'm not on. I don't get the ear mic. Can you hear me now?
No, you're not on. It's okay.
I'm still not.
Well, there we are. We're on.
Oh, now I'm on. Oh, this is very exciting. Welcome to the party. I'm Will. I play the violin. I'm a second violinist in the Miró Quartet, and my favorite ice cream flavor is Rocky Road.
I'm John. I'm the violist of the Miró Quartet, and my favorite ice cream flavor is pistachio.
Oh, I think that's mine too. I'm Caroline Shaw. They let me play with them today on second viola, and I think I'm also gonna say pistachio.
Pistachio's good.
Josh Gandel, cellist. I'm not eating ice cream right now, so.
But if you were,
What?
what would your flavor be?
I think
Like sweet cream or something simple.
cream.
Yeah.
That's like no flavor.
I didn't expect
That's like a null set flavor.
What did you expect?
Like chocolate something.
No.
He loves chocolate. Josh
He
loves
does like
dark
chocolate.
chocolate.
I'm Daniel Ching. I'm first violinist in the Miró Quartet, and my favorite ice cream flavor is probably chocolate chip cookie dough.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Butter pecans.
It's
good.
two desserts in
That was
one.
good. We could talk about food all day.
We
but,
really can.
I think one of the things just to say for us is it's incredibly special. Caroline and the quartet have known each other now for many years, and we've been engaging with Caroline's music for that length of time, and we've gotten to play with her while she sings, but never joining us in the string category here. And Caroline and I actually both studied with a woman, Kathy Winkler, who's a professor at Rice University, both on violin, but at different times. So it's a great honor for us to invite her down into our little string quartet that we're trying to grow into a bigger orchestra.
Awesome. Well, thank you all for being here, and I'll let you take it away.
All right.
Let's start.
Well, we did,
Start at the top.
just to give you guys a little bit of background, we did get together yesterday briefly for an hour or two. So what you're hearing is not really the first time we're playing together, but we did play yesterday. So today I think we're gonna focus on the first movement of the Mendelssohn. Probably start by playing some chunks, but we may stop. So, and then we'll try to show you a little nitty gritty.
All right.
Sure.
You know, I was actually always wondering, I think that we can give John a little bit, it'd be nice if we gave you more room to play softer.
Yes.
The first time the
At 54?
yeah, I think we have it. It'd be nice if you didn't feel like you had to.
It would be nice also if I'm sort of thinking the second one is a little softer. So if I'm like, so then we can kind of sort of bring it even down.
I mean, I think you can still be bright because you're the major one, and when Will and I play it, then
Yeah,
then
that one I thought could be darker.
good than for mine. Also, let me see, what do we?
Also, I'm wondering also if the shaping is a little different. Because we have this figure so many times.
Yeah. Sure.
Maybe something is a little longer.
Yeah, we could do it in 4.
Could we try it?
Of course. You want to do into it? Maybe we could do from 50?
50, yeah.
So just the fortissimo?
Yeah, I
Sure.
want to do one spot before that eventually, but we don't need to do it right now.
Okay.
Right on 50? 3, 4.
I have a sort of when John has
I
done
see,
his
I
line,
see.
but I don't have it this time.
You don't have it that time?
So at 67, you guys don't have it with me?
I do.
I do not.
Oh. I do not.
Can we do it one more time, John? I think what you're being a little influenced by when you start your tune is Daniel's last sforzando. And I think you should ignore it.
Really? I'm trying to say they die.
I think there should be more of an elision. I would worry less about your being heard than more about the color being right.
Sure.
I'm also wondering, as a group, are the Shugga Shuggas in 54-3-2 play? So everybody but Daniel. I wonder, actually, Daniel comes down into our range. I wonder if we relax
Yeah,
that
that's what I was trying. I think there should be a little.
Oh, so not going to
Not go
the
all the
harmony
way.
change at 53.
Yeah, I know. I miss it.
We
but
don't have to. We
more
can
feeling the downbeat.
Sure.
Letting it finish.
I think that would help quite a lot.
You don't have so much heat behind you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Take the heat off the violas.
Yes. Well, and also it
Don't
does
want
seem what we just did is very much the biggest intensity right before I come in, which makes me feel like I have to pie. But if we are coming away, I think it'll be good. Do you want to try that?
There's no dynamic. I mean, we could Daniel could play
Right.
It doesn't need to be a full
that what you want?
forte.
I'm technically fortissimo all the way down.
Yeah, no,
So
I know.
what's-
I do one later. I do the same thing. We're gonna just come away as you go down and
You
register.
could try it.
Let's try it.
Let's try it. Let's try it.
Hold on, let me
let's-
just say something. You
Yeah.
diminuendo anyway because you're going down and
Yeah, by
register.
registering, yeah.
So we create that more space for them, but then I don't think that gesture needs to be quite as big. That's all. It'll just set off the viola tune a little better.
Sure. You know, do
Yeah,
from
let's try it.
41,
41.
so we can get a little
Yeah,
bit
so
running
41.
one. Ray M. 74. Is it Will or is it Josh? Is it you?
I think it might be me.
Because you might.
But I don't
I
know.
would just be careful not to be too soft near the
Too
the
soft?
end of it, because I didn't hear you so well.
Sure, let me try that. It feels like the fourth beat of that, the pickup bar was moving just a little bit early, but I might be behind. So maybe we look at that.
I do think it's the upward scale, people.
Because you take attention there, and then when I start my triplets at 80, we're still focused on you. I think that's the idea.
I
right?
think so.
I think so.
Yeah.
Dottie, you're right.
And it's just a small thing, Will. When I do have the triplets, just so slightly, I can futz it a little bit, but
Is this right at 82?
why can't I find the score? It's 80. Yeah, exactly. 82. I guess it's you and John together.
Yeah.
Just be careful. Da ya da dee da ya ya da da. Just
little late.
ever so slightly.
Okay.
So I'm just having
Sure, let's keep it
very
going.
slightly, very slightly.
If you want to look at
Don't
anything,
don't
I'm going
adjust.
to try
As
to keep the
long as
score
we're just
open to whatever.
I would love to keep those first four bars just down dynamic-wise. And
Starting
I
at
know
82,
there's a
you
lot of like tension building, but kind of
You're
playing
talking about
around
80
in
at
there.
82.
82, yeah. So it feels like by the time we get to 84, there's already a little bit of a push to push
Sure.
it up. I like the tension, but maybe we can keep it kind of settling there. That way our build to the forte at whatever that is, 90, isn't so big. We've got room to grow.
Yeah, I was actually just thinking that same thing, that maybe that forte is too big.
At 90.
Because we have so many more to go. We have these forzanos and then forte again and then fortissimo. I wonder if that's just a
We've got a
ticket
lot
with a
of
grain of
bars.
salt.
53 was too much.
53?
Coming back too much. Right?
Oh,
mean,
yeah, I thought
I
that
can
was
go
too
either
whippy.
way.
Yeah.
Really?
I
that
think
was
you
too
can
much.
play with it.
Yeah.
I mean,
I mean, it depends if we like really come out of the barrel, then you probably need to finish.
Right. Then
it
you
off.
have, and then you might need a little bit more time.
for
It'll be
me,
very exciting tomorrow.
we've talked about a bunch of different shapes right there, but if the group is going to 52, da 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 dum, and coming a little way, it makes more sense to me that you are dum lumpy da da, right?
Oh, that makes sense.
We didn't do that before. If we go to it, yaga da 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 dum bumpy, like they
I mean,
have to make sense.
That's
the
my
shapes.
instinct, but Josh is mentioning that might register, but because it's not interesting until then. Harmonically,
two
it's
shapes
more
have to be
interesting there.
related.
You
Yeah, I
want to
think,
try that?
Let's try
I would
that.
like to do that, but
I think John's saying go to 52 where the harmony changes.
All I'm
go to
saying,
it, but then
And
Then come
sustain-
away.
all I'm saying is that your
three,
gesture we were talking about of the C's relates to the gesture before.
Right.
And if we want to go to it, you have to then come out of it. If we want to come away from it, then you have to lead from it. What you just did, I think, was
I would
nice. which
sustain
would be
through it. If we
go
went to it, I
53.
would sustain through it.
Yes.
Right,
Let's try
fall.
that.
Maybe just 50.
Yeah, 50.
Switch back. Hold on a second. Okay. 3, 4.
Are we going to make a space with the subito piano, or are we just going to smooth into the subito
I'm slurred
piano?
over. I'm not going to make a space.
I mean, I'm also a little left.
Maybe
or
we've been doing more and more. Maybe it's a little too.
You think should we just do? Okay. Yeah.
Can we try something else with your? Because it's the first time we're hearing your theme. We don't know you're gonna repeat it. What if you connected the thing after?
So-
Dee-da-da-dee-da-dee.
Yeah. And then.
No, not that.
But like that.
Yeah, more of an elision.
Let's try that.
Sure.
Sure.
I don't know.
I like that.
You want to try the same bits again?
Sure. 3, 4.
Can we rebalance the fortissimo just a little bit? I wonder, I feel like maybe Daniel's a little too big for the lower octave groups right at the fortissimo at 102, but I also think we could give
really?
a little bit more.
At 102? Like, be less?
Yeah, and not less, but I think the energy is misplaced.
Right.
Well, it's a little challenging. I'm not sure who's aware of it, but the first da-dee-da-dee-da-da is just 3 people.
Yeah.
And then Caroline and I come in,
Right.
pick up to the next bar. So there's actually 2 quick shifts of voicing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we want it to sound when
is
you
a suido.
two come in that it's an interruption?
Interruption, yeah.
Da 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 da. Because we need to prepare that a little bit too.
What I'm missing, I don't know. It's what I'm hearing here could be very different, but I'm not
Enough-
hearing
more
enough
John.
John
Sure.
to,
You
to
connect
support
our
your
octave.
I mean, I feel like I'm playing super loud, but
Really?
I'm also far. I thought this time I particularly played even louder, but
You want me to play with you?
no, it's okay. But let's make sure we keep the balance.
Yeah, I just want to make sure that our octave balance to start is good, so that
they
that we-
join.
I mean, I know it's fortissimo, but we should have a little bit of shape and line through
Can
it
we
too.
just play that bar?
Sure.
So like 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, and I think
I
the
don't
last
get that.
bar, I know we have the suda. Can we cut back a little
You want to cut that? Okay.
to all the way
We can
over
try
the
that.
bar line?
This reminds me, I listened to our recording from last week. This,
Yeah,
Yeah, we're not
Sustain.
because we're worried about getting too far,
yeah.
we just have to focus on it.
Read that one more
That's our
time.
fault. 'cause
Sure.
we're in this class.
3, 4. We got da 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 dee da da, ya dee da dee da da. Is it that? Da dee da dee da 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 dee da dee da da. And are we coming away?
I don't know. I'm thinking of like one long.
All the way through.
I'm thinking that. But
Is that what you're thinking, no?
I wish putting little micro shapes in there just to create a little bit more.
So what would that be?
That we go like the second fortissimo. There's a place I think after you guys come in, maybe it's from the F. We pull back just ever so slightly, and then we go to
And
the
go to
next fortissimo, a little bit.
Uh-huh.
so we're leading to that fortissimo.
Yeah, just a little bit. I mean, I think it's
Da
a
dee da dee
marking.
da 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 dee da dee da da dee da dee da dee da dee da dee da. Something
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
that.
something like that.
Shapes help.
Can we try that more slow? 3, 4.
I mean, in the heat of the moment, we can't do too much because we're going to be, it's moving pretty quickly. But
You want to try some of that in
Tempo. Yeah, it's easier with that. Was that better at the?
Oh yeah, that was fine. You know what I'm realizing? The other thing I'm realizing, I think it's mainly for me and you, John, but for you there, the grace notes, I can't hear them.
You want
I wonder if we're playing them
start
too fast.
start earlier and slower.
Just more sung,
I feel like they start too late and are too fast.
Right then?
Yeah. With these.
Yeah. And obviously, the more like other activity there is, that gets even. So
Right.
I bring that up because that place where you're asking, well,
Yeah, we have it.
you have it.
Can you hear mine? Yes, you can. Oh, you can. You can say you can.
I'm not the judge of that because I'm busy. I'm busy, but I
I mean, it's also if we don't do it really
little bit more
together,
bold.
then we don't hear it. Yeah.
Mine needs a little bit more bold.
No more?
More eye
More bold.
Like
That's
that?
nice, yeah.
Pretty.
If we just own it.
It's all right. Maybe
Should
we
we go
could
from
do
there?
that, yeah. Let's pick up to 82.
Sure.
One, two.
Make that fortissimo, this sforzano the half bar bigger.
Of 95?
I'm just not hearing it.
Sure.
I'm gonna do that same thing one more time. Yeah. Not as sure. 86 on. Does the shaping feel good between the two of you? It feels a little different over here. So maybe we can just play it again. Make sure that you two are feeling linked. Yeah.
Yes, I'll try.
Drummer. 1, 2.
No, we're focused on, we're kind of in a canon.
Yeah, we're not.
We're not supposed to be doing
Yeah,
that.
and I actually my line, it shouldn't. I have this very strange. It doesn't.
Do you want to hear it one?
No, I mean, sure.
Just you and me, just pick up to 86. 1, 2.
But then you do come together. I
Doesn't it?
wish I heard
Really weird.
that Josh's is more bump ya da dee da da dee da ya da da da. I know your line's weird, but I feel like if the two quarters before your graces don't lead, and I kind of want that to not go with your line. Ba ya da dum, ba ya da da dum, ba ya da dum from first violin, right?
Right.
If we feel a little more and one from you,
Okay.
and then Josh isn't that,
Sure.
I think Caroline's one entrance there.
would you like
Pick
to
up
play
to
with them?
87.
You join me
Yeah,
for
I'll
a
try
second.
this.
You do
With
join me
Daniel.
for a second, right?
Yeah.
But then it's just that one, and then she's out, and she's more into providing a pedal.
And you don't even get the grace note.
He was like, you can't
It adds
do
another
it.
layer of
I
momentum.
do it with my eyebrows.
Yeah.
The grace note.
You don't need the grace note.
It's a visual grace note.
So, same place?
Yeah.
1, 2.
Just having an idea that like it starts as a canon and then it's not.
Let's do it together. You want to do pick up to 82, or that wherever that is?
82? Yeah.
Ready, go.
This is a question for the two of you guys. Can we play a diminuendo to 112?
Well, we have a crescendo.
I know, but
starting
I-
at
Yeah, we have a
110.
crescendo written right at 111 at the end of the bar.
110.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's look at it.
At
It doesn't mean
110?
we can't do it, but
I just, you know what it's happening? It's getting a little too, like I'm missing a little bit of the tension of the rising line. We can do the crescendo if you want. Be
Save it for the
saved
end,
or
like that?
something. It's just happening so quickly.
Why does he write crescendo
also, we
twice?
can change the character. I think it's because, well, we have fake ones too, because of the score. I like that.
I really just need like,
Yeah, it's only
This
two.
is sort of a question. Like, is it okay? Oh! I like this. And then you can really go for it. Yeah.
Perhaps Perhaps what you're suggesting, Josh, we could actually do that a few bars before you guys just started, because the crescendos in the score all start in 110, so maybe the downbeat of 110 is really the low point, even though Josh is a sforzando before that. Maybe we could do more of an echo in 108, and 108 doesn't come up. It actually comes away. Those two bars all come. That create. Then we could do both the crescendos, but could we try that?
Sure. Yeah, let's try that. They both work. I think we can use a little both.
It's nice to know because I never know what you're going to do on your sforzando, and I'm always left guessing.
Oh, yeah.
I should support you on that, but just guessing.
So what are we doing?
Oh, our unison octave thing was awesome. Bravo, everybody. Good job.
That's pretty good.
Should we do right there?
Yep, my 106.
106?
Yeah,
Okay.
just keep moving. 3, 4.
Show that maybe?
That's always an issue.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go into it. It's not work when I take time, so I'm gonna take a little time before
Yeah, you probably
it.
don't need to.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go into it.
I'm just gonna start when he starts.
Yeah.
I wonder if we can.
That's a really good basic rule. I'm gonna
I
start
wonder
with.
if we. It's just. It's maybe just
Even
my
if it's not work, I think it's
instincts
gonna be.
that we don't sit in soft dynamics much in this piece. And I wonder if we can just enjoy the pianissimo from 132 on. Just really enjoy the fact that there's been so much energy, you know what I mean? And I wish we could just sort of could feel like we're just taking a breather.
So you wanted more, this
There's
has
tension,
but it
I
has a
know,
lot
but
of
I'm
tension
talking
in
about
it.
dynamically. I'm not worried about yeah.
Can we really float?
That's fine. If the quality of the sound can have tension in it, but I think it's we just
How about we go
very
from-
easily come out of the idea.
How about we
of
just go
pianissimo.
for mysterious?
Yeah.
Then we just throw away the tension.
Can I add something to that? So right there, we do this thing so many times twice. Da 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 dee dee da da ba da 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 dee dee da. Are you connecting this one?
I was.
What are so you're hoping da da.
And I can take a little time before I start.
That'd be awesome. And then back at 120, 121? I think 3, 2, 1. Yeah, we do it in fortissimo. Dee da 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 dee da da da. Dee da 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 dee da da. So do we want to? How are you shaping those?
I mean, I was kind of connecting this one and then really pushing it all the way to the 126 because he has the connector.
Right, it really needs to. 124
I don't
needs
know.
to
maybe,
really
is that
connect.
too long?
I don't know. We're not doing it all together, so it's
Yeah,
making your
125.
job tougher.
You don't have it.
I do.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I do. 125.
You know, Daniel, I can imagine, to sort of answer your question, at 122 and 121, that maybe the fortissimo that we actually all do at the same time, maybe that doesn't have to elide too much. We could just be ba da 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 ya da da da. Like just do one statement we're really together, and then the second one really we have to keep it going and keeping it going. Maybe if we jump to the fourth beat of 122, it doesn't set us up for keeping going later.
I see.
Do you know what I mean?
So not run it.
Maybe not.
Sure.
Maybe just to set those two. It's the first time we all get to play it together loud.
It is. I mean, the other gesture, you could really go for the front of it.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe. Something to make it climactic.
You've got a really fun run.
I wouldn't mind trying that.
Or you could do that on the first one or on the end of pick up to 123. Maybe.
There isn't a sforzando on it though, and sometimes this tune has a sforzando on the pickup.
Yeah, well, that's the thing.
alternates when
This one
it's a
doesn't.
sforzando and this one doesn't. So
And why do you guys have this sforzando? I didn't know that you guys had this. Are you continuing from before?
You mean on 122?
I didn't notice that before.
We just outline your. I don't know. I was doing a light one, just to have that flow through.
Question.
maybe he just assumes we're going to lead to our grace notes, and he wants them to imitate that gesture.
Or it could be echoes of your theme that you just finished.
Oh, that's true.
That's all I think. Maybe. Something like
That's
It's a really
true.
important C.
that. Why don't we try it?
See? It's because I play so many Fs right before it.
Right. Can we try that?
Yeah, you want to just do from, do we need to do all of it?
No.
No.
Like 114? Is that enough?
I like 114.
Right, and...
Let me play a little last too, because you guys aren't hearing.
I tried spending time on it.
You're not hearing through me right now.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It was a little off getting into it. Which is challenging. I don't know what I'm hearing or seeing, but it felt like you were actually behind him.
I am actually going with you in the previous. I'm not
Oh,
gonna,
okay.
because you have the tune.
Yeah, okay.
I'm not gonna try to hurry
Yeah.
you through that, even if I hear him a little
Okay.
on the front
I
side.
thought he had triplets.
Oh, you thought he had triplets?
I thought we had the
Oh,
same.
well then. Well,
So
that
why
might
are we
solve
not
it.
together?
There was
You know
mixed
this.
messaging coming
I thought
from
you had
or
da-da-da-da-da-da
younger.
No.
with,
He has 16s.
so it's been okay.
It's weird,
Because
yeah.
like,
We're
we're
not
not together on it. Oh, because he doesn't have the same rhythm.
I
You
wonder
had triplets.
at that juncture if second viola Caroline and Daniel should be the frame focus.
Where is
Pick
this?
up to the tune we're talking about in 1-2-1, because she actually plays the whole Josh is playing a pedal, but she plays the bass line of the moving voice. It's really the two of you, and we kind of fit ourselves in between
Sure.
that. So maybe just making sure that this feels like they're leading together. I think that would make our life easier.
Giving her the reins. I like it.
I'll lay back on it. I don't need to be.
Right, because you're just.
I thought it was exciting though.
It is exciting.
He won't do it in the concert, just now.
Just for Rose.
Do you want to do the same place again?
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah, was it 114?
114, ready, and...
Wondering this too. So shape at 150, 151. Are we growing through it? Is that the
I
idea?
think each accent grew.
Yeah, I was gonna say that I think you guys, for my taste, I know it's not pianissimo to fortissimo, but it feels like it goes from like afraid to like
Right away.
kind of threatening. And no, not too soon. I think in the crescendo, your guys' color can change more.
Oh, so it should change more.
I think
Gotcha.
so.
Okay.
Right,
Okay.
because when I started, it sounds scared. And you guys are more threatening. And then, I'm back. thought that there could be more changes of face through
And
through the whole
don't let that make you
That's hard.
come up.
Little time, yeah, that's tricky.
what was saying.
148. Don't make that. Sometimes I play that sort of song, and
And
you
then
all of a sudden come up.
Sure.
I'm gonna play it in pianissimo. Yeah, right.
I haven't
I don't.
caught it
It's a
yet.
weird marking.
What are you trying to get?
This.
I think that might be.
down,
I
down,
think that may
down.
be a voice.
Oh, yeah.
Both times,
Yeah.
Mrs. We've been
That's
together.
be heard.
Also, she was asking musically what we're thinking, and then also I'm questioning whether we need to do that bowing.
Uh-huh. Oh, you want to change it?
Because they don't have it, right?
No. That's fine.
I think it's going to be easier.
I was looking at this. It looks like. Do you think he
Yeah.
took it
Both
from
of
the
them
viola? But it's. I think he wants you to. He wants to make sure that
Yeah.
you're heard right away.
And that way, you can really control it. Could
It's
we do
really
that
Josh's line through those, right?
I think.
You guys are kind of chasing it.
Wait,
Right. And then it's all of you.
Can we try that? We switched something over here.
Okay.
What did you switch? Do I need to know?
No.
no.
Ha!
You'll know.
Or not four. As long as it's good.
You want to start right at 143? 4?
1-4?
1-4?
This time it was good, but at 197, if you get too soft, I get lost. I can't.
Oh,
I don't
cool.
know where you
Okay.
are.
But this is good.
This was good, but I
Sometimes.
was like half a bar behind you last week.
In this boomy space at 188, when Josh plays that big, I can't hear you at all
Where?
at 188. And I just need to make sure I can see you start.
Yeah, if it's that kind of sound, I think we need to a
As long
little
as I
bit
can-
of
as long as I
time
can see
for
you,
it
it's
to
fine.
clear.
Okay. He did more of like just normal, so I just didn't do anything. He's just kind of waiting time. So.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think we're talking about the T, the way that sound clears. If we enter too quickly on
Okay.
it, I think we're wanting a little bit of
time.
time.
Bar line too.
P.
And I'm just going to make sure if I can see your bow start.
Sure.
John, I have a question for you. Pick up to 192, or 193 rather. Could you give me a little space there? The fourth beat of 192 is what I'm talking about.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Oh, in this.
Yeah, because I start the tune.
You're talking about into the downbeat.
193.
Of 93.
Yeah.
I had written that we were going to go to that downbeat and lead to it, but are we not? Should we not do that?
I think we can
Come
do
away?
it. Maybe just let's do a little less.
Okay.
I'm just trying to get balance to work in this section where we're moving
And you
out
don't
of
hear
different
yourself,
keys
okay.
and stuff.
Sure.
Got a question back at 168. I guess it's 166 is where it starts, but 168 is where I ask myself the question, what am I trying to hear? And is it Caroline at 168? Are we trying to hear the
I panicked. It was a sudden second viola solo.
I know, it comes out of nowhere. But I think others, there's also
I think it's-
ba-dum-bum,
Yeah.
ba-dum-bum.
But then you guys are continuously da-dum-dum, right?
Yeah.
Da-dum-dum.
So
I
I
think
just,
I-
that's what
It's
I wanted
it's
to
both,
add.
but I think
not me.
I think the feature is everybody for 2 or 3 bars, right?
So
I start at
166
160,
66 is
me, and then you.
ba-dum-bum-bum.
Me.
And then this,
And then they have the,
and then Josh.
I think so.
that.
Cool. Okay.
So let me come down a little bit
I
after
think
I finish.
we need to create a little room for this surprise solo as well.
Yes.
So you really pop out.
You want to stand?
And then I also appreciated better at 177, where you, again, we have this repetition, da dee da 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 dee da da da. 178, we kept going through it.
Yeah.
When we played this previously, that we were always dropping there. And so if we keep that line moving, it gives a much longer line for this section. That was awesome.
Can I ask my lower two colleagues, do you want, could we get rid of the split in 173 and 175?
But starting on what bow? Up bow?
On a down bow?
Oh yeah, I would love to do that.
I mean, does that work? Or the other way? That'd be
For
that-
me, it
Why don't we try it?
You would like that? Could we
See
try
if it
that?
works. It can work.
I have a question that's sort of related, and it's related to what you just asked. At 176, we're totally matched on this third beat, but there's like a hole.
There's too much.
Yeah, we're going yada yada yada. It's like the one time where the entire quintet plays a quarter. Do you feel like maybe it should go over yada yada dum toy?
I can
Yes.
do it
I don't know
sort
what
of.
you guys think.
Well, let's
That's
try
why
it.
I'm asking
We-
it now
we
because you're because it might affect your point.
Well, I think that bowing we can.
So my instinct said. Well, right now
Why don't you do that?
there's like a giant hole.
I like
Can we
it.
try that? Oh, and
Let's see if it
start a
works
solo.
anyway. I'm gonna be on my rock.
We might also need to let you do that and create just a tiny space for that. But let's try it.
Right there.
Yeah. Could we, where does that start? 166?
160.
Or 160?
You want to, if you want to hear the whole
160
sequence.
so we
let's
can
do
do
that.
all of that.
160.
I think what would help all of these solos come out is if we really play I have a subito piano on 166.
In the middle of the bar.
Mine's on the downbeat, but
Yeah.
we're in a crescendo, and I think if we really drop back there, we'll have more space for everybody.
Right. John's doesn't start. Well, yours is on the. Okay, I see.
So I think that, yeah, we're making the crescendos lots of excitement, and then I think we need to
Isn't it
come
weird
back.
how it's overlapped?
Well, I was just thinking.
He's super
I wonder if we
dope,
don't actually, or if we're not making enough of that. I didn't realize that. I wonder if we're not making enough of that gesture. That it does this. And
Yeah.
I
what
would.
I'm thinking.
I probably should be more like mezzo forte.
Dee-da-ba.
Da da da. Dee da ba ba. And we each are doing it in a different place. You want to try that?
Same place?
Yeah.
160?
We learned something.
Ready?
Who's doing?
Oh, you're doing up bow. I see.
well, I'm realizing getting into
Does that work for
172.
you? I mean, you're backwards. The thing is,
For
the
two
cello's
songs,
backwards.
No, that's right.
it doesn't make sense because that's where we get to a pedal.
Yeah.
So we have to have enough sizzle on that, even if we're balancing to them.
Yeah, I
If
think
we're
it's-
underplaying it, it doesn't. There's no tension.
I think it's more the energy in the sound necessarily than the dynamic.
Yeah.
So we did one.
But like almost that entire first part of that bar is all us. They don't play until the
172?
Yeah, right when we
Right.
get there, there's nothing else happening.
We just have long.
Oh, I see.
You see what I mean?
Gotcha.
So if we
those two.
don't arrive there and
Uh-huh,
give them, yeah.
yeah, okay, let me do a better job of that.
There's somewhere in there where we're
And
underbalancing,
then
and then we have to
can
kind of take
yeah,
over a little
I see,
bit.
I see, okay,
Yeah.
yeah, I didn't realize that was going.
Yeah, right.
Watch
And
that.
I need to. I have something else there too. You want to do the same thing
Same
again?
thing, please.
Ready?
Yeah, he's
Your last one,
I'm gonna.
but you
follow
have
that,
it,
yeah.
so I can, you can. There's so many low, so little like low points
also
in this
much
movement
energy.
that it's nice to actually have
Take a
one.
moment, take a second.
We've got a friend. Our friend is back.
This is getting good.
I'm sorry to interrupt. I know. Is now an okay time to take a moment for questions?
Sure.
So we're happy to open it up. I will repeat the question so everyone can hear. Does anyone have a question for the group? Yes.
Are these is yours an interpretation of this piece, and is that what your discussions are?
So the question is this an interpretation of the piece, and is that why you're having so many discussions about this?
Could I? So, yes and no. So if by interpretation you mean we're taking what we see on the page and trying to do more with it, or take it a step further, or develop the ideas, because composers can only write so many things on the page. Yes, we're doing that some of the time in this past 40 minutes, but also there was a few times where really we're just going to the music and saying, oh, we didn't all realize that he wrote this, but also this and that different thing here. Oh, let's really make that clear. So I wouldn't answer it entirely yes, because we're not trying to just use only our imagination and do something different than what he wrote. We're trying to sort of bring as much as possible what's really on the page, but then bring it to life in a way that's maybe three-dimensional or more living than just instructions on the page.
I'm sure you've all played this before many times, and so it's interesting to me that this continues, in your, every time you play.
I mean, as a quartet, I mean, we've played the Beethoven quartets a million times, and these are the exact kinds of discussions we continue to have with them. And how we see something on the page, a dynamic or a marking or something, actually isn't always the same. So we might reevaluate how we're looking at something too. So yeah, this is our whole life. We just witnessed and telling people we're they're out of tune.
Run now while you can.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, so the term grace note was used. Can someone provide a definition and
Why don't
maybe
you
a
were talking about it.
demonstration?
So a grace note in music is really a note that's, if you look at the printed page, the composer uses a smaller size note head, and so it looks like it's been shrunk. And what it is usually a decorative figure. So in this case, that fast little note those are two grace notes. So without a on that B note, but he's pushing.
So the development of the grace note is from the Baroque period, where performers would ornament, they would add things to the music to make it a little more exotic sounding or a little more virtuosic sounding or something. And so grace notes became more in fashion after that because performers would use them, and then some composers either loved them or didn't. But then in sort of classical era writing and certainly romantic era writing, they would put them in when they really wanted them, saying, okay, you're not ornamenting anymore. This isn't Bach. This isn't, so I'm going to show you where the ornaments belong. These little trills and things that make the music a little fancy. So that's kind of how they ended up in the music and how they got notated that way.
Love to have a composer's input
Yeah.
on grace
And
notes.
grace notes.
Do you like grace notes? What do they mean to you?
Well, it's interesting because sometimes you want to invite a performer to do something that you haven't necessarily written, but then there's the concept of taste, which is the whole thing that people talk about in the 17th century. So we want to make something where a performer feels invited to put their own touch on it, but some composers are a little bit more fussy in particular.
Right.
Yeah.
Some are more controlling.
More controlling, yeah.
Some are very, very specific about how to ornament. Like even someone like Bach, he actually basically wrote all his ornamentation for a lot of his music. But then some composers will write just bare bones and let the composer kind of get the performer kind of have at it.
Yes.
Could you talk about the selection process? Like, how far in advance do you know what you're going to play? And what's the interaction you have with the organization?
So the question is about the selection process. How far in advance do these musicians know what they're playing? Is there any conversation with the organization or with our music director about what they get to play? And when does that process take place?
Yeah, well, that also depends on how well the musician is reading their emails or notes. I found out about this this morning. But it's different with every organization, and it's also changed quite a bit since with the COVID and COVID pandemic. We used to have regular conversations 1 to 2 years out. And with a quartet, the challenge for us is always balancing the amount of repertoire we're playing, because we visit so many different places and also have a lot of our core repertoire just quartet. It's really, that's one of the biggest challenges in the career. So we're very proactive in trying to get out in front of all of that to have discussions. Often it's with the artistic director, in this case with Caroline as well. And these two concerts tomorrow are actually quite unique because they had a lot of discussion around them, very close. I think our last discussions were in June. Is that right? I'm trying to remember when you and I talked.
May, June, maybe.
It was May or June, and that was because the pressure to print a program had arrived. And so oftentimes there's a framework that the organization and the artistic director are looking at for a narrative for that particular concert or for the season itself. And then it's a conversation of what kinds of collaborations or repertoire are we carrying as a quartet, and what's exciting, what have we played here before, how are they developing the audience, and what kind of repertoire would be really interesting to include. And from there, it moves forward. So we knew the Mendelssohn, I think, a year ago.
I think so.
And the microfictions. The microfictions we're playing on the first concert tomorrow, which La Jolla was part of the commissioning project on. So that has been in place since 2018.
18, yeah, almost 5 years.
When we
knew
discussed
we'd play
that.
piece here when we came back.
And that project, we wanted to commission a piece from Caroline. She wanted to write a piece for us, which was good news. And then we speak to several good friends who are presenters and ask them if they'd like to be part of it. And La Jolla is one of the final premieres of the piece. So it's a mixture. One piece was known in 2018, one was known about a year ago, and the rest was known in June.
I think we might have time for just one more quick question if anyone else has a question. Well, I did have one. You guys have worked together, and even just in this festival, with Carolyn as a violist and as a vocalist and as a composer, and what's it like to relate to each other with those different hats on and those different roles?
I think we all probably have things to say. What I love about it is having played a lot of Carolyn's music now for quartet only, already like 5-6 years ago. And then it was great when we got to meet you the first time to actually hear you sing and have you sing with us, to feel the voice of the composer, in both literally and also metaphorically. And it's so cool. I mean, we don't get to do this with Bach, or I would love to be able to play a viola quintet with Mozart, or be able to ask Beethoven to sing one of his things for us. And so when we get to do that with a live composer, it's always exciting. Because also, music is not just her idea in the piece, it's also her. I don't want to make it too, but like to know you and to know you in the sound and you in person, what you like to say about the pieces or how you play viola or how you sing, they inform me as a musician a lot. It's a richer experience for me to play your music that way. And it's a luxury too, because most of the time we don't get that. We just get printed music.
To really put Caroline on the spot, this is a rarity to have a composer who's spending most of her time composing, but she's still playing and singing well enough that she can get up and do this. A lot of composers abandon that part of their lives. So it's really impressive that you can just sit down and play a Mendelssohn viola quintet, and then the next thing she's singing her own pieces, and then tomorrow she'll write a new piece. So it's a triple threat.
Yeah.
It's pretty amazing.
It's great.
I would add to the conversation that just spending time with an individual creates a deeper relationship. And, I hope it's okay, Caroline, I can share what happened this morning when we were rehearsing Ravel Quartet. So the 5 of us are getting together to look at pieces for tomorrow. And we decided to play as a quartet the first movement of the Ravel Quartet. And Caroline says, would you mind if I laid in the middle of the quartet and just listened? And so, and we were like, no, that sounds pretty cool. Actually, I've never done that. And so we played the Ravel Quartet with Caroline down here. Every once in a while, she took out her phone and videoed. I don't know what those videos are for, but, getting to know her in that way adds more context and deepens the relationship for us with her, but also then some of these things that you hear in her music or that we relate to come alive because of memories or experiences like that.
Yes.
And it adds more depth to what we know about each other and makes it a much more fun relationship. So we're going to have her play the viola part, and the rest of us will sit in the middle of the quartet too.
Yes.
But for you all, it's such a great as an audience, what we're doing tomorrow is a rare thing, so I would not miss it for both the concerts if you can. You even get to speak your own poetry in our premiere of the work, so we're going to hear you speak and sing and play, so you may never get that chance again.
Well, thank you all for being here. And the concerts tomorrow are at 7 o'clock and 8:30. I believe that the 8:30 is sold out, but we usually have a wait list. So I would stop by our box office or visit theconrad.org if you're interested in that. And I think there are still a few tickets available at 7 o'clock where you can hear Microfictions. I believe it's the West Coast premiere. And, of course, Mendelssohn, which you heard a little taste of today. So thank you for being here. Thank you all for joining us. And thanks.